Hey everyone, this is Ian Merritt. I was one of the team members on Surveyors of the South for the Georgia Southern University surveying team. Just kind of wanted to get on here and kind of let you guys know a little information about what occurred on this trip. So we actually went to the competition June 10th through 12th of 2023 at the University of Wisconsin-Platteville. It was located in Platteville, Wisconsin, and so there was four team members. There was Alex Perry, Nathan Ingram, Blake Hamby, and Zena Merritt. Our mentor for this trip was Dr. Rogers Purcell. He's a teacher at Georgia Southern. So here is us. On the far left, that's Alex, and then it goes in order there. So that's me, and then Blake, and then Nathan. So a little bit about the competition. It was really, really in depth, making sure to really know the base. I wouldn't say really basics, but they want to make sure you really understand the principles far beyond basic. That's why it's labeled in the rules, but I would say it's a little bit more complex than that. Um, so there was five tasks that we had to do. There was a topographic map that we had to present and create off of a kind of text file or whatever. And so there was four field tasks, and you'll see a little bit more about those on down in the slides. So the first one is the map. So it took me and Alex a little while to piece it together. Um, we didn't know that we was going to be invited at first, even though we had won in the regional competition against some very large name schools. But so there was a couple issues with some foremen, and so they end up inviting us anyway because they seen that our point difference between the other teams in the Southeast was very large. So they actually end up inviting us with a month in advance. So me and Alex had a little bit of shit catching up to do. So we had to prepare 1 foot contours on a very large site. Um, and so then we had to go in and present. I think we had to be under 5 minutes, and I think we done it in like 3 minutes or so. Um, and then it was pacing. So they had three different stakes set up, and it was me and Blake that performed this task. And so it was basically what the distance they put them up hills to make it a little bit more complex. One of the stations was uphill, one of them was downhill, and then one of them was just kind of flat. And so you had to put on there what the distance was between A to B, B to C, and then C back to A, and then your overall. So they made that kind of fun. And then leveling, Nathan, Alex, and Blake performed this task. And so it was just we came off a benchmark and run a level loop, hit another BM on the other side of the university, and then had to close out the level loop on the original benchmark. And we also finished that very tight. I'm thinking it was like 2 thousandths or so. It was very tight. And so the next was construction staking, and so we weren't allowed to take any of our own equipment. We had to use their equipment. So it was a little complex. Like they gave us a training day the day before, and so it made it a little bit easier. But um, we had to do everything traditional. They gave us the form as the task started. Um, I'm glad we had Alex because Alex knew a little bit more about calculations, longhand math. So he got that done, and while me and Nathan were kind of getting the backside and whatnot, and so we were actually done, I think, around 30 minutes sooner than all the other teams that were pinned against us. It was like four teams at one time. There was 16 teams or something like that overall, and so we were actually done way before them, and we checked perfect. We had to set four building corners and then two 10-foot offsets. So we were definitely proficient at that. And then this is the other slide for whatever for the construction staking. And then we had to do sewer line depth and cut. And this one was a little bit more complex because none of us had ever really done any of this like by hand, with all us being so young. So we kind of set up pretty late the night before and kind of did a little YouTubing, caught little favors in, and got it figured out. And so we actually closed in perfect on it as well. And then this is us trying to figure out the gun, um, while Alex is, like I said, figuring up the angles and everything. And so you had to have, for some reason, this total station had two different screens, and each screen was independent. And so apparently they were so new that there was a glitch in them that would make the program load up on both screens. And so if it done that, then the gun wouldn't work. And so yeah, we was just making sure everything was right with it before we set up. And then this is us at the award banquet night. Um, and so these were the results for everything. We come in overall first for sewer cut and fill. We come in overall first in building stakeout. We come in first in leveling as well. And then we come in fourth in basin. I guess the hills really mess us up. But I actually like asked for our independent like score sheet. And so I asked the lady, I was like, how big was the scoring difference or whatever in between the teams? And she said it got down to the foot between first and sixth place. So it was very tight. So and then overall in field tasks we come in fourth. Um, I was happy with that. We were going against some very well known schools for their surveying program, and with Georgia Southern being the certificate program, we were very happy with the outcome. And then in topographic map, we come in fifth. They had a very like crucial, like down to the bone score sheet for this. And so there was like just nitpicking stuff on there that kind of cost us a couple points. But I was still very proud because I mean we're all a bunch of backwater country surveyors, and we were going against engineering students that most of them already had jobs already out of college at engineering firms. So we were kind of expecting this placement in the map. Um, and then overall competition, we come in fourth. Like I said, I'm very happy with this. Purdue is very well known, Utah State's very well known, and Oregon State's very well known. So for us to be a little old school from, you know, East Georgia, I say we did very well in this competition. And then, of course, none of this would have been possible without our sponsors. Big thank you to Samsung. They helped us out a lot, contributed a lot, and we're very appreciative of them. Um, Same for Shoop surveying. Mr. Teeple was great. He already fixed us up with Samsung, and then he helped us out on his own independent company as well. And we just like to throw out a big thank you to him. And then Dr. Purcell. None of this would have been possible. The mentorship and the guidance from him was just immaculate. Um, he's headed up this program. He's figured everything out, all the kinks. He's still working out the kinks. Like he's just very involved, and we really appreciate him. Um, the people I work for, Statewide Land Surveying, Adam Evans, a great guy. He's taught me everything I know. Without him, I mean, who knows what we'd have placed. Georgia Surveyor, great people. He helped us out. Lawrence Davis, that's some of Alex's family. He helped us out. Prime Consulting Solutions, that is Rodney Tenery out of Valdosta. Great guy, great guy. I worked with him for a little while. He helped us out a lot as well. Downstream Research, Nathan's actually doing an internship in Bozeman, Montana during this whole competition. So we wasn't able to practice but like 30 minutes the day before as a team. So shout out to them. And then Donald Marsh and Associates, that's who Alex works for, and he helped us out as well. And thank you to Samsung for this opportunity, as well as Dr. Purcell. None of this would have been possible without the guidance and the giving of these two people, especially. And I would just like to thank all of y'all for listening to this video. Um, and if y'all have any information, I'm sure Dr. Purcell can help y'all with any of the schooling at Georgia Southern. If I can really stress how the importance of this program is, it's a great program. I've learned more than I ever would have thought. I had, I think, 6 years experience in surveying before I went to school, and there was a lot of field stuff. So it's just, it's crucial to see the learning in books part of it, the actual structure of everything, why we do what we do, and these courses and this program teaches you everything you need to know to be able to pass that LSIT and eventually get your stamp. So I would just like to thank all of y'all, and y'all have a good day.